They had
That's
to.
good. That's
I
good
don't
to
know if
hear.
you're familiar with dialysis.
I heard of dialysis. Yes, you mentioned it a few times there. Yes.
Yeah, they have put a access in my arm.
Ah, I see there. Wow.
Gangs of fun.
I see there. Yeah. I try to get a hold. I'm trying to get a hold of YR and Keith on the others there. I wasn't successful. Maybe he'll call in later on. If not, it's just probably be. Let me see if I can get a possibly possibly Keith or somebody. Yeah, because it's a kind of. Let's see. We'll try a wire once again. Give me a couple of minutes here. Blah blah blah. Okay. Because I did tell him that I was going to be ready when around this time there, and so far he hasn't responded yet. Let me see. We can add the dude here. Give it a couple of minutes here. Of course, we're also now, I told him what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the rock and roll attire. Also, the we're going to be doing the outfits that all the musicians wore back in the day, like Jimmy Page's suit, the white dragon suit, and of course Angus Young's schoolboy outfit, schoolboy
Right.
outfit there. All right. Let's see how many OBS. I had to update my OBS not too long ago there. No, actually, update my whole computer. I meant to say.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, my OBS tells me when it wants an update, and it didn't.
All right there. Oh wow.
Is OBS the only thing you use?
Pretty much yes. I tried XSplit a couple years back when I first got into this community here, and I don't know, it was just giving me problems. Like every time I clicked on it, and it just what it was is just it would saying, "Are you sure you want to start this? Are you sure you want to start this?" And I'm sick and tired of it doing that, so I got rid of the whole thing and just stick to OBS. And probably just as well because when I had OBS and XSplit on my old computer, OBS wasn't able to work because of the XSplit.
Yeah, they fight each other or something. It's kind of like putting a humidifier and a dehumidifier in the same room.
Yeah, I
They
know.
fight each other.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's true there. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, the reason I was asking that is that I told you I was thinking about doing a Patreon,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
and because I honestly I need to raise a little cash, and I figure that's the best way to do it since I'll never get monetized on YouTube.
Yeah, no. It's going to take forever on my behalf just as well there because I only have about. Well, I made a couple of new subscribers slowly but surely. A couple of ladies up there that I
Yeah.
met at numbers not too long ago. Saw me again this past Friday night. We talked, hung out. Made a clip there, posted on my channel. I know Wire was mentioning about it on one of his shows. In fact, he was live earlier this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, what I plan to do on the Patreon is because I've got time on my hands because I can't work.
Okay, yeah,
Uh, is I'm gonna do kind of what I was starting with you. I
yeah,
was gonna do some TV shows,
yeah.
movies, a little wrestling thing,
I see there. Yeah.
baseball. Um, what else? Oh, mysteries,
Oh yeah.
things
Lots.
that people, like the Bermuda Triangle, Amelia
Yeah,
Earhart, whatever,
yeah.
things of that
Bigfoot,
nature.
UFOs. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
does. Have our own little version of In Search of. Remember that show there?
Oh, yeah. I
I
remember
used
it.
I used to love. That's when I first heard of Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, I was going to say Leonard Nimoy hosted that show for a long
I
time.
know. Yeah, he was the bomb back then. I used to love watch that show all the time. We heard about UFOs, big Dracula. We heard about this haunted house or that haunted house. Everything else there, it's like, and the music on there was phenomenal when you look at the synthesizer they were using.
Yeah, that's similar to what I wanted to do, something like that.
I see there.
So that'd be cool. And then of
Uh,
course music, and because on Patreon, apparently you can play pieces of music, and not get yourself in trouble.
right.
Uh, I was going to do something along the lines of here's some samples because I'm not going to play the whole songs at all
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah, true there. Yeah,
because I'm going
no.
to cover myself
Yeah,
and say, okay, this is what this sounds like. Go out and buy the album or whatever.
or download it
And
from a streaming service, or go to a used record store.
yeah, and just do like little excerpts, more along the lines of deep tracks, not like I'm going to
Your
play the
radio
greatest hits.
hits there, yeah.
Yeah, and in other words, for instance, say Deep Purple, I'm not going to play the stuff you hear on the radio. I'm not going to
Yeah.
play Smoke on the Water.
Thank goodness.
People know those songs.
Yeah, and you know them
You
like the
know.
back of our hands. So we get people like you and I, we get tired of hearing it all the dang time there.
Oh, darn right. That's why I always have, if you remember on my list,
Yeah,
I always have a lot of deep cuts on my list because I like those.
I know. Shit, the taste of music I really listen to is a lot more deeper than the stuff they play on the radio.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, true there. And we're talking some way underground stuff there. That's for sure there.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see
I
if
mean,
I.
I could probably, you and I both could probably still name bands that neither one of us have heard of.
That's true, yeah. I know. That's always a fun thing to do there. And YR is still unavailable. I do not know why.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do you
I'm
want to
gonna,
just go ahead and start and let him come
well,
in
let's.
whenever?
Well, let
What
me.
about Keith?
Well, I'm looking for Keith just as well there. Yeah, but there's. Let's try here. I'm going to see if possibly I can ask Foulmouth Ken if he would like to join in on the show there. Looking for Keith right now. K brother. There's his Skype name right now. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. So let's see. Let me see if I can add the guy in. Give me a couple minutes here, folks. I know last night he was posting all this reggae stuff on this group chat from last night there. And the thing is, I don't listen to reggae at all. I don't.
No. Rapid reggae are two genres I don't get into.
That's true. I know. It's just, I don't know. It's just something about a guy, singing about kapata kotebe, smoke some ganja, talking about injustice in life. There, it's over. It's done. It's blah blah blah. I'm tired of it. Give me a break. I mean, I like Keith, but the dude needs to be more open-minded to different stuff. There.
Yeah, I
That's all I
mean,
ask.
he basically only has a couple of things he seems to like, and
Yeah.
everything else is trash.
I know, I don't know, in a lot of ways, and to yours and my ears, it's kind of
We're the
disruptive.
opposite of that. There's a
Exactly
lot of
there.
stuff we like,
Yeah.
and very few things we don't.
All right there. Well, we're trying to get a third co-host on here. After we don't get Keith, I'm going to see if I could get Foulmouth Ken on the call here, because I think he may be his Skype may be open there. It's been a while since we heard of Ken there. He's always just good to. It's always good to have him on the show there. I'm gonna say, me up there. Hey Ken, it's Dr. Earl. Me and Arknolia are live right now on our show. Would you like to be a third participant? Question mark. Okay, hopefully we get a response pretty soon there. All right, so first thing we would need to talk about in terms of music news, what happened this past Monday? The passing of Olivia Newton-John.
Oh yeah,
That was a shock to me because I was on lunch, as I said in the video that I did when following evening when I got home from work. I found out during lunchtime that she passed away at age 73.
yeah, and she's not a guilty pleasure. I actually enjoyed listening to her.
Well, I remember when back in my high school years, when the album Physical was running amok all over the place there, along with the hit single there, the same name. Back then, I was a teenager, and all the teenager boys were into Pat Benatar, Stevie Nicks, everyone was, and for them, Olivia Newton-John was kind of like in the same line as the Carpenters, Wayne Newton, Engelbert Humperdinck, David Gates of Bread, the soft rock stuff. So at the time, I was kind of like, gotten a lot of questions about it, including people from my next door neighbor.
Yeah. No, I actually liked her stuff.
I did, so did I. I mean, I had the Physical album. I had a couple other her albums, including the Xanadu soundtrack. And of course,
Yeah,
I remember having
hated the movie, but loved the soundtrack.
oh yeah, I think everybody agrees that now consider I understand I think now the movie itself is considered a cult classic, a favorite among the LGBTQ community now, from what I understand.
Weird.
You know,
Weird.
yeah, no. But
You
then
know, if we
again,
were still doing our movie bit, that would be a movie we
you know
should
what? It
talk
was
about.
absolutely there. That'd be, in fact, that'll probably be the first. If we ever do a movie bit, that'll definitely be the first subject we could discuss. You know, I don't know. I guess it'll probably be just you and I tonight. I guess I don't know
Well,
what
it's
happened.
okay. I mean, that's the way we did it for a long
I
time.
know, yeah. Until we got the other crew on there, on the show there. It's sad.
I
I,
guess just leave a message for him to call when ready.
well, I did. He said I did. Actually, I messaged him earlier on, and he did say that he'll be ready. I don't know if something happened at the last minute or something like that. Blah blah blah. But either way, it just made no real sense of why. I don't know what it is, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. He'll probably join in later on. When he does, we'll definitely add the dude in. All right. But
Sure.
in the meantime, we'll continue our discussion with Olivia Newton-John. We know what it was. It was what I call the big evil C, cancer. Back in '92,
Yep.
she found out she had breast cancer. She was getting treatment for that. And I guess some of that, the issues with that, kind of like helped in the divorce from her first husband, Matt Latanzi. There, I think his last name was pronounced. They had a daughter named Chloe together. Together there, who later had her
Yeah.
own issues later on, like anorexia, drug addiction, all that. But Olivia
Mm.
remained true there. She had the voice of an angel. She kept putting out album after album there, here and
Fine,
there.
fine singer.
Yep, absolutely. And
And Grease was another movie I wasn't wild about, but I liked the
oh,
music.
Grease was a bomb next to Saturday Night Fever around 1977, 78 there. I mean, it
Yeah.
fits to say that the record label, RSO Records, those two were the biggest selling albums on that album label's catalog, with no doubt about that. I mean, like, look how
Had to
many,
have been.
absolutely, because look how many hit songs came out of that. Frankie Valli's song "Grease," "Summer Nights," which was mentioned in our summer
During
songs
our
edition.
summers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopelessly devoted to you. And so that was another
Yeah.
big one for her. Of course, like, what was that one where her and Travolta once again? I better shape up, cause you need a man. You're the one that I want. There we go. There.
Yeah.
That's the one we're looking for there. And it's kind
And
of,
didn't she do Please Mr. Please Don't Play B-17?
yes, I remember that. Yeah, she started out as a country singer,
Yep.
back then, but she switched over to the pop genre there, and she was successful at that as well. I think around the later years, she decided to go back to the country roots there. Did a remake of "I Honestly Love You," her timeless ballad there,
Yeah.
and it's just it's kind of a and and then. Then I guess what it was is that after Physical was such a massive hit, I guess her music kind of like went towards the more softer stuff there. I know
Yeah.
an album. She put an album out called Soul Kiss, which was not that particular like it, because some of the songs didn't really have that much meaning other than the title cut there.
Yeah. One other song she did was a cover, and I don't remember. I think it's a Bob Dylan
Yeah,
song, but I'm
if
not
not
sure.
for you.
And George Harrison did it too.
Absolutely, yeah. And let's not forget, she got to start from Cliff Richard, another very respected UK pop star over there in England.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Big over there, nothing over here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he had a couple of hit songs, though, here and here, just Devil Woman and We Don't Talk Anymore. I remember that song was a big hit. That's when I first heard about him, and I think it was back in 1979.
Yep. Yep.
It's,
But yeah, I was definitely, that was bad.
I know, yeah. It was the video album. You remember the physical video album that aired on ABC television on that one Sunday evening? I think it was. It was back, I believe, it was back in, I guess, I think it was in 81, 82 there. And I guess that was what did it for me. All the videos from that album were made into all the tracks from that let me put it this way. Let me get my thoughts together. Every song on the album was in that whole set, including a couple
I
others.
didn't hear that.
Yeah, Magic was a new video for Magic was included, including a little bit more love. Which came out a year before the Xanadu soundtrack. There, I remember that one
Right.
there. I mean, I think the album was called Totally Hot at that time. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Then I guess she kind of like kept putting it out indie releases here and there. But she always kept to herself. You know, raising her daughter. She got married again, and now she's gone. Guess the
Yeah.
breast cancer came back, whereas this time, in the past, she prevailed over the big evil C. This time, the big evil C prevailed over her.
If that was it,
I believe
could
so.
be
It could.
anything.
I think it may have been because cancer has a way. Cancer doesn't give a fuck. Cancer can
Yep.
come on at the worst way it can. It could come in a little bit light, or it could come in totally heavy. It does, and
Yeah, it was a
I believe this what in this case that's what it was. She came in totally. This came in totally like a monster, and just ended her life from it.
yeah, because it I guess it's a funny disease. I've luckily never had it.
Neither have I. But I look at all the people besides from all the loved ones and friends that a lot of people that we knew back then. Look at all the people that we lost, like Frank Zappa, like
Yeah,
John Wayne, the Hollywood
Dan
legend,
Fogelberg.
Dan Fogelberg. I mean, everybody. I mean, it almost took away Hacksaw Jim Duggan at one point there until he got some a couple operations and treatments ready there. And also Sharon Osbourne, the wife and manager of Ozzy Osbourne, she had her bout with cancer a couple years, maybe in the early 2000s there.
Yeah,
I know she's cancer free since that, thank goodness there. But, so many people, we lost so many people's friends, family, celebrities from cancer, And let's not forget David Bowie, Lemmy Kilmister,
right.
and actor Alan Rickman.
Oh, see if Drew wants to join.
Drew? Oh,
You know,
Gatekeeper Drew.
gatekeeper.
Let me see if I could find a guy there at participants. Hopefully he'll be ready to go there. I still have yet to hear anything from Ken there.
Yeah, it'll be under D-railed.
Okay, I got it there. I see him right now. I'm going to try to add him surprisingly.
Well, actually, go ahead.
Okay, it's coming right now. I'm going to add the dude right now. It's calling. Let's see here. I know it's kind of surprising for us to call out of the blue there, but then again, it's always good to have a third co-host, a third participant on these shows here. And Drew was an excellent guest host on the last show we did with him, with talking about Led Zeppelin 4 there.
Yeah.
And
if you get home, you can try Casey as Raw, I suppose.
okay, it's been a while since we talked to that dude, man. Or
Yeah.
Casey is Death, as they often call him at times there.
See,
I know.
yeah, he
see.
supposedly killed Betty White.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's been ranting about that for God knows how long. Let's see, Bullfrogian. I don't think Bullfrog is.
No,
No.
I don't think he's up on that.
Well,
I
actually,
may be wrong, but
well, he was on Ken's program this past Friday night, talking about all the people, contacting his family, trolling him, trolling his mom and dad and brother and niece and all that stuff there.
well, I'd be willing to give him a chance, but actually, if you bring him on, you're not going to get Drew or Casey.
Well, I know because they don't care for him, but well, Drew is unavailable, so who knows there. Let's see if I can add. I'm going to try Casey. Blah, blah, blah here. Let's see here. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go here. Sleepy. I'm going to get Casey on the call here. He's available, I believe, there.
Yeah, did you kind of follow what was going on the Sunday night thing?
With
Oh no,
on YR's end? On
no,
YR's?
J-Man.
J-Man. J-Man. You mean
3 weeks ago on the show, J-Man snuck into Casey's place and knocked him out and took over his studio. And then 2 weeks ago, he knocked Drew out, took over.
Oh, wow.
And then this last Sunday night, he paid a visit to Frank and did the same thing. It's an angle. I mean,
now we just talk about knocking out. I think you were talking about popping someone in the head or something like that.
Right.
All right,
But
there.
you and I both know that didn't really happen.
I know, yeah. So it's an angle. Hello, Casey. What
What
up,
we
dude?
got?
Casey's Ross joined us, ladies and gentlemen.
Long time hadn't talked to you, Dr. Earl. It's been a while, bro.
I know it's been a while. You know, we figure we add a third participant on this show here. We figure we get you on. It's been a while there. It's been a while since you've been on. I believe this may have been the first time you've been on our music show here, if I'm correct.
No, he did one other time, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. It's been we did so many. It's hard to keep track there.
Yeah, I think I've been there a couple times. Dude, it's just with work and everything. It's hard to. It's like almost my head spins sometimes.
Especially from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling Dr. Earl about that J-Man visits.
Yeah, he's making a run right now.
And who is the J-Man, by the way, there? He's
Justin.
Justin. I see there. One of Drew's co-hosts on his show there.
Right.
I see there.
Yeah.
I know usually I usually do very rarely get a chance to check Drew's show out there because I'm at my job until about 11 p.m. here. So,
Yeah.
But I do get a chance to watch when I get the chance there.
Yeah, I like to watch it. It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's been on a attacking people across the country.
Ah.
So I mean, he doesn't have to go too far to attack Drew, but he has to travel a little bit for me. But then he traveled further to get Frank.
I see there. All right,
Yeah,
so go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead there. So, Casey, are you up to our tonight's subject?
What's your subject?
Well, tonight we're discussing, rock and roll's famous outfits and the rock attire that the fans and musicians often wear when they go out in public, when they're going places, on stage, off stage, here and there, There's so many of to choose from. But first, we were discussing the passing of Olivia Newton-John a moment ago. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about her, by chance?
Oh, dude. You know what? I had no idea she did Let's Get Physical song.
She did. That was back in 1981. And that song actually got her banned from a couple of radio stations because it was reportedly too suggestive. And this was a couple of years before Darla Nikki came onto the scene by of course Prince and of course the Two Live Crew a decade later.
Well, obviously the only reason I know her for was Grease.
Yeah.
Big movie for her.
I'm a huge fan of Grease. I mean, that's one of the musicals I actually really love.
Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't waste your time on Xanadu.
Yeah, it was not that good of a flick there. But
I never watched it.
Well, actually,
Great soundtrack.
I did watch the movie there when it was on cable TV. I was like, when you think about it now, as a kid, as a young boy, it doesn't really bother you. But when you realize it years later, when you're older, you're like, holy cow, this movie blows.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
Yeah, it is. Needed a lot of work there, despite having Gene Kelly in the cast there.
It's amazing that she was 70-something years old.
Yeah, I know.
mean,
Yeah, 'cause she didn't look it.
I know, yeah.
No.
Because she took care of herself. She was a healthy gal there.
Oh, even though I guess she had breast cancer
Yes.
forever.
Yeah, it came back in around a couple years back. She defeated it years back there, and now this time it defeated her.
Yeah. But, I mean, she was old. I mean, she was getting
Right.
old. But,
Oh, don't go there. You know what that trouble got you into.
well, technically, I didn't.
I know.
We
I
know that.
didn't predict. I didn't predict her death.
Oh,
I mean,
we're on your side, Casey. We know you didn't do anything.
We know it's just happened out of the blue, and I know people like taking shots, but you know what? You know, it comes along with this community there.
And it
It's
was
a
all
run-
in fun anyway.
Yeah,
It's running gag.
yeah,
Sure.
sure.
I
There.
mean, dude, I got so lucky is not the best word, but I mean, when I was making suggestions that I thought Betty White wasn't going to make her 100th birthday, I did it for several weeks because the real reason is because both actually Drew, Frank, and Justin were huge fans of Betty White.
yeah.
I mean, I love Golden Girls, but I was just doing it just to piss them off a little bit.
Wow.
And it just happened to be true.
Yeah, it just worked out that way for you.
Especially, I thought it was like 2 weeks before her birthday. I was like, oh, I'm going to lose this prediction. And then it happened.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Hey, I was trying to remember, did George Burns make his 100th?
I do not remember. It's been so long since he passed away there.
I think he actually did make 100.
Yeah, I think so.
I-
Maybe so. It's so many. It's hard to tell. So many people reach 100 and then pass on. It was hard to keep track.
Well, I
not
mean-
a lot of people.
Yeah.
wonder how close is Bob Barker? And you know he's got to
Oh,
be
gosh, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still up there.
I'm shocked he's still alive. I mean, all the things you heard that he's done behind the scenes for Price is Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was getting laid all the time, probably.
And he was also considered, yeah, I remember hearing that story. He was also one of the first animal activists out there. He refused to display fur coats, fur this, fur that, because he was against all that. In fact, her and Betty White were probably the most notable animal activists out there. Like even Jimmy Stewart.
They didn't go to the extremes of PETA, but they did it right, basically.
Exactly. Whereas PETA's like coming out with unhappy meals. You remember that years back there?
And they want to change the name of the bullpen in
Oh,
baseball
God.
because they think that's offensive.
Oh
That's-
my gosh.
Dude, that's
Seriously.
And I remember speaking about this years back. They were advising people not to use terms as grab the bull by the horns. It was like, come on, it's a note of inspiration, not actually grabbing the bull by its damn horns. And the guys, of course, obviously, you're going to try that. The bull's going to whoop your ass.
Oh, yeah. You won't get far with the bull.
Exactly.
you know what's wild? I used to love watching MythBusters.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that show.
They did the myth of a bull in the china shop.
Ah.
They actually proven that was busted because they went around these shelves and they didn't even break like one piece of china at
Wow.
all. I mean, they had it like 8 shelves full china, and it's like the shelves are like you can barely touch it and it'll fall over, and they didn't touch it. But they'll run right around everything, but they didn't run right through the chinaware.
Let's see what here. Let's see what we got here. Blah, blah, blah here. I think I got this thing called Arknolia, join the call. Let's see here. Casey, it's me. I'm checking my phone here. It's the same thing. It says join the call on my phone here.
Well, you're already
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I figured that. Yep. Yeah, funny.
Oh, I'm here. I don't need to join.
Yeah, Skype is fucking. I don't know what the hell is up with Skypes, you know? What the hell is
Oh,
going on here?
Casey, a tiny plug.
What?
I'm going to give you a tiny plug.
Oh,
I saw you wrestling roundtables on Drew's Patreon.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought you guys were going to get into some stuff, but you had just talked about what Triple H is going to do and all that, which I enjoyed that, but I'm wondering about the history part of it.
Yeah.
That was at the time. This is when Triple H was starting to take over, and Vince retired, and we were supposed to really just focus on Triple H, but I mean, it obviously got sidetracked. But
I enjoyed the talks. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they were informative and they were interesting because I haven't watched wrestling in about 3 years or something, like 3 or 4 years, a long time. And it was to the point where I'd watch the recap, or I'd go to the recaps online to the WWE, or I'd listen to some of the recaps and I don't even do that
on
anymore.
YouTube or on Facebook with me. Like I haven't even watched AEW in such a long time. I think it's going to be starting. I think it may be starting pretty soon there in about 45 minutes. It's 15 minutes here, and I won't be watching because I'm intrigued with this program that we're doing here. And I'm just hoping.
The reason
go ahead.
I mentioned the wrestling was because if I start a Patreon, because I'm considering it, one of my topics is going to be old wrestling, and I'm talking 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah, Gorgeous George, Buddy Rogers, many others there.
Uh,
I want to talk about people. A lot of people aren't really going to remember unless they look them up or know something.
Exactly, yeah.
I had a buddy that I used to work with, and he had a huge hard-on about the NWA wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, it's still going on, thanks to Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. Now, have you subbed to the NWA YouTube channel, by the way?
I did. I still have it. I hardly ever unsub anyone.
Oh, wow. I usually watch it when Camille is on the display there doing her match because you got to admit she's one powerhouse gal there.
Well, what sucks, I stopped kind of, I'll see, like, oh, they're there. But it's like when the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And they kind of shut down. I'm like, well, they lost a lot of steam. It's like, it was kind of cool they were doing everything in studio. It was something different. And I really enjoyed it. And it was an hour. I wouldn't mind 2 hours of power.
I know.
But
what's cool about that is that's exactly the way they used to broadcast Mid-South and Georgia Championship Wrestling.
All the studio. All the territories.
Yeah.
In fact,
but they used to have a TV studio and they'd set up for it, and it was fun to watch.
A small wrestling crowd to go along with it. In fact, I remember when NWA used to do their charity shows, they used to do it in the morning. Then they would broadcast it later on that evening.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. And see, I was around for when WCCW was big.
Oh, yeah.
And they were trying to go national.
Have you seen their documentary with the WWE?
Which one? Because
on WCCW.
Yeah, the one that talked about the Von Erichs. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really freaking good. I like that and how they did it with the AWA.
Yeah.
Great. And obviously ECW too.
Yeah.
Right.
See,
that's the thing. There's a lot of good wrestling up until about 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Because I stopped watching WWE because it just got so damn boring. Come on.
It's been awful.
I know.
been terrible, but it's kind of like one of those things. It's like a bad habit that you can't stop, and
Yeah,
like
it took me a while.
Yeah.
you can slowly stop watching it, but you still like, all right, there's nothing to do. Let's put something on.
Yeah, exactly. I got to watch something there because there ain't nothing else to watch. You know, you don't want to watch your network television because that may be worse than the WWE by chance.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
true.
But and plus,
I agree.
but Triple H now he's the head of creative, and hopefully, I'm saying maybe he could turn that company around. Now, according to Sean's View Entertainment, there's possibly that they may be replacing the words sports entertainment with pro wrestling.
Yeah, that's the rumor. I mean, he's already making some changes.
I
Like
know,
he's
yeah.
bringing some people back that they released.
Karrion Kross and his fiancee Scarlett Bordeaux, they're back.
Yeah, and God, what's his name?
Bray Wyatt.
Oh, has he come back?
There was a guy.
I liked Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
The guy from he was in NXT. He was Dexter Lewis. He made an appearance at the very end of Raw.
Oh yeah, and wasn't he involved with the NWA for a short while? I guess because I know and that's the one with the mustache, right? The blonde hair.
Yeah.
I see there.
I think he was definitely in TNA, but he might have been in part of NWA. But I know he went from pretty much TNA to WWE. Well, NXT.
I see. All right,
But
yes.
here, I'll bet you money. Word's gonna get back to Drew, and he's like, "Oh, Casey got on here and started talking about wrestling."
Well,
yeah, he's been getting on you for that lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'm like, and a lot of times it's just something that I'd like to make a comparison to the topic.
Sure.
It's like, I mean,
I see the point.
yeah, it's like, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember that why he was talking.
Of course, Drew's just being funny, you know.
Oh, I know, he's just screwing me.
Yeah, that's true for you.
But, oh man, I am freaking exhausted, bro.
I can understand there.
Dude,
Work.
Yeah, working. It's been in the 100 degrees for.
Oh yeah.
Same over here, man. I swear.
It's like been like this for 2 months, and it's like it's unbearable.
Well, the three of us live kind of in the little area, you might say, because you're in Oklahoma somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just below the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
I'm by Conroe and
He's
by
down
Houston.
in Houston.
Yep.
So it's just kind of like a little line.
By the way, I was also trying to get on the call once again to see if he's available again there.
Who?
YR.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had. Said he was going to be ready to do our music show as do the subject that we had, but somehow he's says he's available, but he hasn't answered our call. I don't know why there.
I got a question, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The recordings you do for Drew's Patreon,
Yeah.
do you use OBS?
No. I record over Skype. I use this recording app.
I did that a few times there.
And then I take that and I run it through my app on my phone. That's where I run it through everything now, through this one app. I think it's called Video Shop. And I edit everything through that.
Well, like I said, if I decide to start a Patreon, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to record videos. I mean, I use OBS because I'm using it now, but
well, for me, my laptop is outdated. I'm good. It's just good enough to run Skype. I would love to, like, I tried OBS and it was acting weird. Like I couldn't really record any game footage, and now it looks like the HDMI port is busted on it. So I was like. So I kind of had to do the ghetto way on some of my gameplays
Mm.
for now. But I like the edit app on this thing because I can make cuts and edit everything, and I've been enjoying using this app.
Ah, nice. I tried using Audacity on my previous computer to record for my audio, but it wasn't working for some reason. I had trouble trying to get the results. But then again, I don't really have the know-how to work in Audacity other than to do this and that there.
I just really, God, I wish I can just get a good computer. I'm thinking get like some people are like, oh, stop buying video games. Well, that's one thing, but then I got bills I'm paying. What I'm thinking about is to take a loan and get like a
Wait a
really
minute.
nice.
Yeah, that'll work pretty good.
Okay, there. Let me see what we got here. Carlos Cabral wants to join on the show here. I will add him right there. And when,
Well, he do know we're going to eventually get to the music, right?
exactly. I'm going to let him know when they first get in on the call here. Now, I know YR and the boys are going to question me for having him on the call, but, it's always good to have a good round table of people on where we're discussing various things,
Yeah.
whether it's music or wrestling over there. And it's probably when I get when we get Carlos on the call, definitely get to our music subject, which is of course his rock and roll outfits. Like Jimmy Page. Remember his in fact, let's talk about it right now.
Well, before you guys do that, I'm gonna take off because I got to eat. I'm just exhausted.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But
I'll talk to you sometime about what I'm going to do on Patreon because I'm going to try to get a little ambitious because I can't work right now.
Okay, there.
I'm disabled.
it's definitely great to talk to you guys. I
All
need to
right,
get.
there. It's good having you on the call as well, there, man.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah,
get
absolutely.
you guys off more often. I just, like I said, it's just been busy.
Well, we'll do this again tomorrow night.
Definitely there. Yes.
Alrighty.
All right,
Oh,
there.
Tomorrow night we're going to talk about the satanic references and songs and all that stuff.
God, I'd be interested with that one. But,
All right,
I mean,
there.
I don't know anything, but that's kind of interesting.
That's always interesting because there's a lot of satanic talk that went on in the 1980s. A lot of references here and there, and here, like
And a
Eagles,
lot of times
Sabbath,
it was
everything.
false, but
There,
we're going
there.
to talk about the satanic references and songs.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Cabral has joined the program.
And Casey, it was nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's good. It's happy I'm
this
here,
is me.
Casey.
I'm here.
All right, there. What's up, Casey?
Oh, sorry.
What's up, Carlos? My bad. I'm getting confused
Hey,
here.
how are you guys?
We're doing pretty good, man. Man, how about yourself, dude?
I'm feeling a little better. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did had a bad week. The first thing I just want to ask, because I wanted to reach to YR, and I know YR's been trying to reach out to me a couple of his lives. Who is Scott McKinnon?
Oh, he is a dingbat. He's a psycho. He's one of those guys, in the words of Tony from Revere, he's one of those guys that who think that you poisoned his drink before he even takes a sip. He's one of those guys that believes that he'd rather look at the glass half empty than half full. It's like he posts all these videos on his channel there, whichever channel he has, that don't even make sense there. It's like, the guy talks about, I will expose everyone. The truth will now come out when he is up and has up to offer.
I was doing a live talking about my community, my community in my area. My God is my witness. He just showed up on my live out of nowhere and just started talking about YR, Tony from Revere.
He does that all the time. He's like that continuously. He's like,
And
go after Tony, go after Joe Cronin, go after Ken, go after me, go after, YR. Well, he does that on the daily basis, man. It's like he's got this vengeance. He's got this need that he wants to make the world pay. And that's
so
how he
I
is.
went to Tony from Revere's live because
Yeah.
I went to his live, like, yo, Tony, what the hell? Did you have a problem with me? He's saying that you were talking. What's the deal? And Tony, and out comes this woman named Brutally Lauren. They both proved to me that this guy Scott talks to children on this app called Amingil.
I heard about that as well, man.
That's against the law, in my opinion, because I wasn't raised to talk to minors.
Neither was I.
Nope.
But then again, McKinnon is, but Skunty, as he's often called to here in this community, he's a Fruit Loop.
And he just turned on me saying that I side with Tony from Revere. Dude, I'm going to side with Tony because you're talking to kids. And then he just trolls me, and I had to talk to my mom. I had a mental breakdown because
Oh gosh.
I didn't do nothing to this guy. He came to my panel saying that he was going to call the FBI, law enforcement. He called Tampa PD on me on
gosh.
Monday.
Yeah, he's been talking about, he's been known to try and dox people, try to get this person exposed, That's nothing new. He's been doing that to almost
I'm not
everybody.
new to this, guys. I swear to God, I'm not new to this.
Oh man, you need to be around this community a lot more, dude. Definitely. All right, sir. So,
Because-
are you happy? Carlos, are you ready to participate in our nightly discussion tonight?
Of course. I'm
Yeah,
going to be around all day.
All right, good. All right, let's talk about starting with the artist Prince, the outfits he wore. Remember the Purple Rain? Remember the purple outfits he used to
Yeah,
wear
I
during the
remember
Purple
the
Rain area?
Purple Rain film, the Purple Rain album,
Yep.
and I was a big fan of Purple Rain. One of my favorite songs is "When Doves Cry."
Oh yeah, that was a
And
big
to
hit.
me, that is a classic. I'm trying to find out. Let me look at my phone. I think it was either 2020 or 2021 or 2019. Purple Rain made it into the National Film Registry.
Oh wow, nice. No surprise there. I mean, that movie was a big ass hit.
It was in 1984, so it became a hit. I gotta figure out what day it made it to the National Film Registry.
Now let's
And
also go ahead.
I believe that soundtrack made it to the National Recording Registry as well. I can't prove it.
Let's also talk about the outfits he wore before Purple Rain, before 1999. He used to come on stage with a trench coat, either black or gray, bikini briefs, and these high-heeled boots on, bare-chested. That was one of his first trademark looks there. He did that during the when Controversy was out on the record shelves there. And that was a big, a lot of people were fuming over that outfit there. Because he's exploiting himself. And also they were talking about the lyrics to Do Me, Baby.
I think Prince is very, very unique, and he's not. How do I say this? He's people are not used to that kind of flamboyance back in the day, and I think that's why people were fuming. Oh, this guy needs to get off the air. He doesn't belong in the music industry. But Prince, who had the thick skin at the time, proved that not only that he belongs in the music industry, he made hit after hit after hit after hit.
Yes.
I think he wrote Manic Monday
for the Bengals. Yes, he did, under the alias Christopher. And of course, we all know Nothing Compares to You, which Sinead O'Connor covered years later.
He wrote that. It was written for Sinead O'Connor, and I think he wrote a cover of that song. And I said to myself, why hasn't Prince took that song for himself?
Well, I don't know. I think he has performed it in couple of times in concert. But that song
He
was
has.
originally But that song was originally written for a protege group they had called The Family, featuring ex-members at the time. And
That's
the album,
correct.
that's right, and the album went nowhere. So Sinead O'Connor years later got a hold of it and made it her own. And I guess did Prince help Prince make more money? And let's not also forget the outfit, the Minneapolis, the glam funk outfits that inspired other musicians in the Minneapolis area. That was along him. That basically there was a band called Maserati that was a funk group, and they were wearing the same kind of stuff that Prince and the Revolution did back in the day there. The boots, the glittery outfits, the Victorian stuff there, just shirts, the ruffled shirts here and there. That was big back then.
That
Every
is correct.
funk band was dressing like that.
That is 100% correct.
Yes.
So I'm going to check what year that Purple Rain made it to the National Film Registry, and I'm gonna let you know right now.
All right, good.
Okay, one of my favorite quotes from Eric Clapton was a reporter asked him, how does it feel to be the greatest guitarist in the world? And Eric Clapton's answer was, I don't know, you'll have to ask Prince.
Yep, he did say that because Prince was a great ass guitar player, no doubt about that. Without any question there.
And that was definitely a tribute.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's not forget the him, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne doing their version of "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," whereas Prince solo just blew everybody away there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a great thing to listen to there. Now we all know the outfits that Kiss wear or used to wear in the 70s and of course in the later 90s, the makeup, the boots, the outfits and stuff there. Kiss are still doing it today. As you know, they're on their final world tour there. And
I saw their final tour 8, 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, no,
something like that.
I know.
It was like, oh, again?
I know. A lot of bands have done that so many times. It's hard to imagine, hard to keep track there. I remember Black Sabbath said they were not going to, they were done back in 1999 after their reunion tour with Ozzy and Bill Ward. Then they figured, hey, let's keep this going, dudes. So they went on this Ozfest, that Ozfest, and now they're officially done, I guess.
Yeah, they hadn't done anything in a while.
I know, yeah. Which is sad. They could at least have had Bill Ward as their drumming with them again, I guess. Now, speaking of Black Sabbath, anybody who's my age may remember Ozzy Osbourne in that white long sleeve outfit with the fringes hanging out from the sleeves there. That was one of his well-known outfits back in the day. In fact, he even displayed it on the back of Diary of a Madman.
Yeah.
2019, Doc.
What again?
2019.
2019. I see. Yeah.
That was the year Purple Rain got in the National Film Registry.
Oh, yeah. That's good to hear there. All right. Now, we also got to include the outfits that George Clinton wore with his days of Parliament Funkadelic. Because he wore some crazy-ass outfits. The whole members of that group wore some crazy-ass outfits there. The Funkadelic Sound, the Mothership, Bootsy Collins. He wore some flashy outfits as well there. He played along with that star-shaped bass guitar that he has.
And of course, if you want to go to truly bizarre, there's the Red Hot Chili Pepper appearance where they wore
just
socks.
Socks. I remember that was one of their long time things there. That was like.
I was kind of like, what?
But then again, a lot of times, they were bands. Some bands tend to be outrageous, and they also tend to shock, to gain controversy. Like you got to have some sort of controversy to get yourself recognized. Right. All right.
I'm going back a ways. The Crazy World of Arthur Brown.
Oh yeah.
Arthur Brown came out with a fire hat.
Or a fire helmet, I guess you could say. You ever saw that, Carlos? Arthur Brown? And there's a clip for the song Fire.
I saw that, and I think it's a good song.
It is a good.
It's
It is a good song. There, this guy was kind of like this guy I guess you could say this guy was like the original Marilyn Manson when you think about it.
He
There,
was. He was. He had that look. He had the atmosphere. He had that atmosphere. He had that charisma about him. But once he get on the stage, or if he sings a song, he gets your attention.
yeah. And a lot of his songs were dark themed when you look out there. I mean, you listen. I remember listening to tracks from that album which Fire appeared on, simply called "The Crazy World of Arthur Brown." And it was like a lot of dark themes on this album here. And by the way, there's a cover of "I Put a Spell on You" by Screamy J. Hawkins on there as well. There, and we got to give note to Screamy J. Hawkins for the stuff he wore. He wore a tuxedo. He was like a witch doctor in a tuxedo, needless to say. And by the way, that bone that was supposed to go through his nose, that was a fake one there. We know he would not even. I don't think there was even piercings like that back in the day there in the U.S.
Yeah, Dr. John did a lot of the same kind of stuff too.
Yeah, true there. Yeah. I guess the motive is to wear something outrageous on stage so people will grab, so he could grab
Alice
the people.
Cooper.
Alice Cooper, yeah, the makeup he had back in the day when the Alice Cooper band was functioning, and the later stuff he did throughout the 70s and 90s and 80s there, that's still iconic to this very day. And he's still touring. In fact, he reunited with his old guitarist Kane Roberts not too long ago. Nita Strauss had to bow out with the next tour because she's going to be going on with some of the other performer of whose name I forgot to think. I think it was Pink or something like that, I believe.
That's kind of a step down.
Right there. I know. I'm not into this. The only Pink I'm into is Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd?
And
Pink Floyd, yeah.
We don't need no education. I love that song. Another Break from the Wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Part 2. Do you know any other songs from The Wall? It's the album just as well there?
Absolutely, I do. I know 2 songs. I know Another Brick from the Wall, and
Comfortably Numb.
I know.
I would
this
guess
song
Comfortably
called
Numb.
The Thin Ice.
But up the Thin Ice.
Oh, yes.
That's
Yeah.
a good one there, yeah.
I love The Thin Ice. I used to listen to The Thin Ice when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Good, another one. Good.
My uncle grew up on Pink Floyd. That's how I heard of him.
Nice. So, dude, I was big on them around 1980. It started with that album there. Now, Pink Floyd didn't really wear much Kuzani outfits. They just
Their
wore.
thing is stage presence.
Yeah, exactly. And
Light
boy,
show.
exactly. And they had a lot of those, definitely. Now, we also got to talk about the glam rock scene that was going on in the UK. Sweet, Wizard, The Move, all those bands were like, Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, David Bowie's whole persona there. That made a lot of headwaves there. I mean, that stuff was Cinderella. Well,
I definitely need to be around the music community much more.
Exactly. Well, this is the place to be, man. Definitely for shizzle.
One of my favorite David Bowie albums was one in the 1980s, and his last album. I think his final album, which is Black Star,
Yes.
really, really captivated. And this was an album where David Bowie told his fans and his supporters, look, I'm dying, but I don't want you guys to feel any sympathy from me. I'm going to entertain you guys with this album, and he delivered.
Nice. Yeah, that's true there. Said I was shocked to find out that he died from cancer years ago. It was like, holy cow, we didn't know about it. I mean, the tributes. I mean, like every year around his birthday, Numbers Nightclub has what they call a Bowie night, where they just play nothing but David Bowie. Recent, old, 870s, 80s, 60s, 90s. It didn't matter. They played nothing but Bowie, straight up Bowie, from start to finish.
Oh, I gotta go to a David Bowie night
Definitely.
in my city.
Oh yeah, if they have one. Do they have one there by chance?
They do. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna let you know.
All right, there. Because I know the Numbers nightclubs here in downtown Houston there, for sure there. And by the way, give Bowie credit because he was one of the first guys to come out with red hair, the red-haired mullet that he had.
Right.
You know, I think he may have been the first one to introduce the mullet hairstyle, let alone red hairstyle, red colored. Because you look at all the girls and boys out there, all the teen boppers, they're now coloring their hair be which way, whether it's blue, shades of pink, brown, red, you name it.
Holy shoot, they do have a David Bowie night.
Ah,
In
nice.
September. I'm gonna go there.
Oh, nice. Definitely check it out there. Is it like a
Club
goth
Sky.
club or a regular club?
It's a regular club, Club Sky. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, nice. Definitely let us know how it goes there. Because I know the Bowie night here near Houston is pretty damn good as well there. Yeah. And we also, now, continuing with our rock and roll outfits, Angus Young of AC/DC. The schoolboy outfit, still iconic look to this very day. He still does it, He still wears the schoolboy outfit. He doesn't move as much as he used to do back in the day because, he's getting older here and there. And we got to give him lots of credit because, that look, still, it was unique at that time because nobody ever did it. We're not too sure how that came about, but I guess it was go for what wear a costume or identity that you could come up with, and I guess Angus's outfit, touched a lot of good nerves, and he still continues it to this very day.
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
Yeah. Of course, we cannot forget, some of the bands out there the glam rock bands from the 1980s, Cinderella, old Bon Jovi when they still had their hair,
Saga, Rat.
the Rat, definitely Rat.
I think Metallica got their start in the 1980s as well, right?
Who?
Metallica.
Yes, yeah, they formed in 1981 there, along with the same year Motley Crue did.
Motley Crue, Poison,
Yep.
Depeche Mode, Duran, all these great rock bands and new wave bands got their start in the 1980s.
Yeah, exactly. Well, some of them formed back in the later 70s. They just didn't get noticed until later in the 80s there, yeah. I know Kraftwerk, one of their signature looks was the short hair, the blank stare into outer space, and the suits and ties. Well, I'm actually, without the blazers, the long sleeve shirts, they were usually red, black tie, black pants there, and of course them acting like robots.
And of course, there's Devo.
Oh yeah, they came out with some crazy ass outfits. The leather, not the yellow jumpsuits that they used to wear when they first started out, and
And those tiered hats.
yeah, the people used to call them flower pots, but they used to call them energy domes. And then, of course, they abandoned that look for a new look for an album called New Traditionalists. And they later kind of changed their other look for an album called Oh No, It's Devo. I remember the song Peekaboo was a big hit from that particular album there.
A classic album for sure.
All right.
Did it win Grammys and awards as well?
Devo? I don't know. That's a good question there. I know, for I understand
look
what
it up, Doc.
okay, there. And of course, we got to talk about, the heavy metal look of Judas Priest. Rob Halford, no doubt, is an icon in heavy metal fashion. And originally, he used to wear all the studs and leather, the outfits there. It was his way of expressing his homosexuality without actually expressing it. That was kind of stuff that men wore at gay clubs around the UK and elsewhere in the US at that time there. Now, keep in mind, Halford could not publicly say he was gay because that would have been the end of Judas Priest. So he had expressed his homosexuality and through his song lyrics and his on-stage attire and in photo shoots as well there. I mean, you listen to all the songs that all they talk about are male-based characters, whether it's Painkiller, Starbreaker, Exciter, Sentinel, they're all dudes. I mean, when you look at it, it all makes sense now. It just took him to finally come out of the closet back in '98 for us to finally realize, oh shit. And the kind of funny is that I remember mentioning this to YR a couple years back. My best friend Dennis, shout out to him, he called it out years ago. Because the only songs he ever sang about women were Victim of Changes, about an alcoholic, Cheater, about obviously a cheater, and Rockarola, about a woman who is a complete man-eating user. All derogatory.
So I'm at their album history. They made 18 albums. Rock and Rolla 1974.
Yep.
Sin After Sin 1977. Sad Wings of Destiny 1976. String Class 1978. Killing Machine. That's a great album, by the way. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, in the UK it was called that in the UK, but here in the States, CBS Records decided to call it Hellbent for Leather here.
British Steel, Point of Entry, Screaming of Vengeance.
Awesome.
Defenders of the Faith, 1984.
My favorite.
Love that album.
I love that album too, man.
Turbo, Ran It Down, Painkiller, Jugular, 1977, Demolition. I have that DVD till this day.
Good.
I'm a big Judas Priest guy. And their final album was Firepower.
Yep, that was another good album there. I heard a couple of tracks from that. Did you said you had the two albums with Tim Owens as their frontman, right? Would you say that? Would you give up? Is it safe to say that Tim Owens should get the proper due he deserves for fronting Judas Priest? Because those are some big ass shoes to fill.
I mean, those are big shoes to fill.
It is, yeah.
In my opinion, he did great with Firepower, but it's hard to replace the original.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows the original, band members of Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Now Tim Whalen, he did good. He did,
yeah.
So the members are Ian Hill, he's the bass for the
bass player.
People in the chat who don't know, Ian Hill, he is the bass player. Glenn Tippon, he is the guitar and keyboards. Rob Harper, he's the lead vocals. There you go.
Yep.
Scott Travis, the drums.
Yep.
And Richie
Faulkner,
who's been the guitar and backing vocals since 2011.
Yep.
Now, like Doc is saying, Al Atkins, he's the original lead singer.
Yes.
And no one can replace him. In my and the real Judas Priest fans, they'll know that no one can ever replace
Rob Halford.
Al Atkins. And of course,
Al Atkins,
Phillips used to play the drum.
Well, I don't think I don't know if Al did record any of the albums with Al Atkins as their frontman, because the first album they came out was Rockarola, was when a year after with Rob Halford on vocals. Now Atkins had put out some records of his own, about just the songs he did with Priest, including "Victim of Changes." Tried to cash in on the legacy of Judas Priest. At one point, he even had their Priest ex-drummer Dave Holland on the Skins there for a while there, up until his death.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I got to charge the phone.
Okay, there. Now,
There you
you'll,
go.
all right. Now, of course, many you may remember back in 1986, Judas Priest decided to change their look. The glam scene was, bands were glamming out at that time, and I guess the management convinced the band to do the same. And plus, almost every other heavy metal band out there was starting to copy their old look. Bands like Exciter out of Canada, the band Bitch, which had a female fronted doing the vocals for them. Many other heavy metal bands out there were starting to wear studs and leather here and there. And I guess, this time the Priest decided, it's okay, everyone's copying our look, let's come up with something new. So they came out looking like Marvel's The Avengers. They looked like superheroes back then. When you think about it, when you look at Rob Halford with the trench coat he wore back in the day with the little mini mullet that he had, it kind of seems like, Loki with the Marvel Cinematic Universe when you compare the two. There, I even tweeted it out a couple weeks back there. So
That is correct.
And of course, let's see. YR is in my chat saying he's having apparently what it is, his internet is out there. So hopefully he'll be available tomorrow there. All right, yeah, I tried to get YR on the show, but he was unavailable for some. Again, like I said, his internet just went up the ass there.
Oh, he went. Oh, he just told you.
Yeah, he was in my chat right now there. Hopefully we can have him tomorrow night.
Oh, you're about to end this live right now?
No, we're not. We're not going to end it. We're still in our discussion here. We're having a good time, man.
Oh, okay, absolutely. I'm having a great time right now. I didn't know you and I had the same taste in music.
Yeah, I know. Same with the other guy there, Prince Idol.
Oh,
I haven't heard from Prince actually.
Actually, he asked to be on the music show a week or two ago there. He asked me to interview him to get the details of why he tried framing Bullfrog like he did. He was explaining why he went after Bullfrog, Minnesota Vikings fan, and he was giving the whole detail why he was doing that. He was claiming that he didn't get that much attention from his mom and dad, and his idea was like, you fuck with me, I fuck with you back,
Yeah, I talked to Prince. We buried our hatchet. It was
That's good.
3 months ago, actually.
That's good to hear.
The last time I heard from him, we had a talk about, music. And of course, I asked him, why is Scott saying things about the community? And, and Prince had to take care of something. He was doing something for music. Mm-hmm. And that was it. I never heard from him again. I never heard from him since.
Wow.
I tried calling him today. He hasn't answered his phone.
Wow. But you may remember I recorded it this sit-down interview, which kind of screwed up in the end because YR and SC Steve was on the call as well there, and SC was added chiming in his little way here, like Prince, you're done, you Prince, you're this, you Prince, you're that, and blah blah blah. And then Bullfrog got on the call later on, just like, why is it even a subject anymore? I'm like, well, I never got to say anything about that whole scenario because I was busy at my job. So I needed to find out by myself. And I pointed something out to Prince, like Minnesota Vikings fans said, Prince, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, and that upset me, that upset Prince there. But with what he tried to do with Bullfrog and Vikings fan, he kind of fell into that category that Vikings said he was in.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. All right, there.
So yeah, Vikings fan. I talked to him as well in the chat.
Mm,
You know, we buried our hatchet,
yeah.
and so the last few months, you know, I was doing my own thing. I wasn't getting involved in the community.
Mm,
You know, because I was, you know, and like I said, the only person I'm still cool with at the time was Dave Rose.
ah,
So I admired Dave Rose. I already told you that.
yes.
But so I was confronting somebody called the Facts Channel, Mike, because he was in my community. So it was, I believe, on a Tuesday. And out comes Scott. And then once it was out of nowhere because Scott said that I appeared in his channel, which I don't even remember. I don't even recall. So I don't even think he had a channel when I was networking with you guys in the community.
Oh.
So he was talking to me about Tony from Revere, Foulmouth Ken, you name it. I believe I have the live, and I want you guys to hear it. At first, I believed in them because I didn't know what was going on. Then I went to Tony to confront. I have all the lives on my live and Tony's live. I don't know if I can play the whole thing, but
All right, there.
let me play the video.
All right, there. Yeah, McKinnon's a character, no doubt about that. He's someone that you got to be careful with a lot of times there. He's one of those guys that will just, try to be your buddy, and next thing you know, he'll jab you in the back.
That's exactly that. And I was a victim of it.
Yep. You're not the only one. Other people were a victim of it. Joe Cronin was. Poor Ken. He got the worst of it many times, and
Wow.
he forgave Scott many times. He forgave Scott many
I can't
times.
forgive somebody who called law enforcement on me. I can't. Once you call the cops on me, it's over.
Yep. No surprise. That's how he is.
So, bingo. This is the live.
All right.
So I'm gonna play from the beginning.
From the UK? Yeah,
There we go.
There we go. I hear his voice.
Scott McKinnon.
That's when he first came to my
That
life.
is my actual channel. I've been trying to tell you that they're over there in Tony's chats always saying that you're doing shit. I was trying to help you for real, bro. It's Carlos Ray saying that you are framing Facts Channel when Facts Channel is framing the fuck out of everybody all over YouTube.
So that's what he said. That Tony from Revere, Carlos Ray, guys. At first, okay, I don't know who he is. He says from the community, so I got to listen to him.
The guy is a psycho old fuck.
Mm.
He's unstable as shit, bro. This guy is a fucking lunatic, like serial killer type vibes, bro. I don't know fucking what is up with this guy, but I was literally trying to tell you that they're over there trying to claim that you are framing him in other places.
Wow.
You hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. But that's like I said, that is McKinnon for you. That's
Talk with that community like that.
I know, and the reason why I even reached out to you is because when I first got out of rehab for real, like 11 months ago, you came to my channel in the comments thinking that I was coming after you, and I didn't even know who you were, bro.
So, God is my witness. He said that I came to his channel first. Doc, I don't even know who this guy is. I don't have his Skype. I don't have his information. But it came out of his mouth.
Yeah. Well, it's best, just possibly dislodge what he says, because a lot of the stuff he says is mainly bullshit. Remember, this guy likes to come up with things that, oh, this is conspiring against this person, they're conspiring against this. For a while, while back, I've often complained about scammers trying to contact me on the phone, on Twitter, on Facebook. And he says, well, maybe it's the people that you're working with, meaning YRSC and Jacob RP there. He's often accused YR this, he's accused YR that. You know, he's often accused this person of doing this to him. You know, it's like, you know, like the guy is. Tony can tell you the guy's like no other. He just, you know, doesn't know when to quit. He doesn't know when to stop. You know, like he comes up with these ideas that the world is against him when it's him against the world. Actually,
Basically.
yeah, exactly. No, that's how he thinks.
Like, God is my witness. I did not know who this guy is. I was calling out another content creator. He shows up.
Well, it's best, you know, to keep your distance from Scott McKinnon because the guy is a troublemaker, definitely.
After what he did with me calling the cops, absolutely, I'm going to keep my distance.
Yeah. If you know what, we should probably get, you know, Dave Rose on the call. See if he is. Let me check if he's available or still live right now. Because the deputy, he could let you know all the details about McKinney. He has a lot of issues with Scott, man.
So,
Deputy for Shizzle.
like, where is it? There's and then hold up, where is it?
Yeah.
It's somewhere here.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you guys.
I'm gonna be one. I'm gonna show you how mean I can be.
There he is. He's like.
So I'm gonna. There's a video that I'm gonna play where he threatened he's gonna call the cops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and hold up.
All right.
And as for Mr. Carlos Cabral, who says he's staying out of the drama, doing everything the police told him to do, which he's not. Bringing it up again today, trying to weigh yourself into the drama over there. As I'm reporting, the troll accounts were trolling you, and this still continues. You want to make a statement like, oh, nobody should be talking to minors unless it's your nieces and nephews and cousins. And, well, you might want to start saying that about, I'm not allowed to help. I know I'm not allowed to help kids stay away from predators, but you might want to start, maybe calling out Joe and Sean for pulling his dick out. Maybe call out Joe for having minors on the show. Maybe call out Ken. Maybe call out everybody else.
Did you heard that?
Yes, I have.
About what he said about Foulmouth Ken.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
Yes.
about this. It said it right here.
He also mentioned Shansu as well there. Remember what he did a couple years back there.
And I'm like, yo, what is this guy's problem with us?
No, he's one of those guys that was never allowed into any inner circle as a kid or teenager. And he feels it necessary to get back because he was not a part of that circle. Instead of forming his own inner circle, he feels the need to get back the whole world.
Saturday, I was playing a game called Mario Brothers because when I'm not doing these lives, I just play video games on my live. Mm-hmm. That's when Scott started trolling me, saying he's going to threaten me with the FBI, police. I had a mental breakdown. And I'm like, what's... Because I sided with Tony? Because you were talking to Omegle? A website you're not supposed to be on?
Yeah, man. That's how he is, man. That's how he is. Like I said, you can't get through to this guy. No matter how many times he says he knows what he's talking about, he really doesn't. You know what?
I even filed a complaint to the Internet Crime Center. Like, look, this is guy that's saying he's gonna call the FBI on me.
We gotta definitely add. I'm gonna add Dave to the call right now. He's still live on his show there. You probably think I'm just calling in for the randomness, blah blah there. But he'll definitely gotta let him know about this. That's for shizzle, dude. And Dave is unavailable. Dang gummit. Well,
Like, God is my witness. I had a mental breakdown, and Tony recorded it.
Wow.
And thank God that Tony reached out to me.
All right, there. Hold on a second there.
Because, like, I swear to God, I did not know what was going on until Scott came to my life. I played the recording.
Well, best thing to do here's and now is just not let him be a part of your life altogether. He's a troublemaker. He's a whiny little puss bag who whines and pisses, bitches, moans when he doesn't get a little way.
When it was crazy, Doc, once once you guys proved him wrong, he goes after the person that he's siding with. He goes after the person who's siding with the community.
Exactly. Scott that's the kind of characteristic Scott is. It's me versus the world, nothing else. Bottom line. And that's about it. You know.
Like, God is my witness. I was not aware of anything. I did not know who this guy is until he went on my live.
No. All right, there. Well, we'll just let the Scott discussion go for now. We could continue our discussion on the great rock and roll outfits there. How do the rock and rollers kids out there dress nowadays? Leather jackets, Converse sneakers.
So here's the thing, because right now, I'm in my 40s, but I know I have a cousin who's 15 years old, and he's into Seven Dust. He's into rock and rollers of this generation. They wear leather jackets.
The current bands like a Seven Dust, Slipknot, Disturbed.
Exactly, Slipknot.
Yeah.
They wear leather jackets. They wear like pants with the buckle belts. But they still have their guitars. They still have their drums. But it's a different sound of rock than it was during our era.
Yeah, I know. Well, I called in the new bands out there that's currently children of new metal, because kids around who get into that bands like Limp Bizkit, Korn, they form bands of their own. So they try to come up with their own sound, but take borrowed sounds of the bands that that I mentioned there, and they come up with the stuff that we hear nowadays, whether it's Breaking Benjamin or Cedar. Because I know a lot of bands, because I know we had the heavy metal look back in the 1980s with the leather jackets, the tight jeans, the cowboy boots out there. The hair out to here as well there, like they went through a wind tunnel. We had the new wavers, the punk crowd with the mohawks, the torn up jeans, combat boots, their vests, which was basically cloth with all these band patches like the Exploited, Sex Pistols, the Damned. Of course, we have the goth rockers out there who wore basically just black, black T-shirts, black hair, black dresses, And of course, we cannot forget the funk crowd, the mainstream crowd who wore just, whatever was trending at that time, and listen to bands like, whether it's Michael Jackson when he was big, or Prince when he was big, or basically was the whole, that was the kind of crowd we had in high school there. Me being a heavy metaler, and no, SC, I'm not taking your call. Sorry.
Somebody's answering your call.
Yeah, I'm not. It's SC Steve, and I'm not accepting this call because we're having too much fun, Because I know he's going to start, he's going to start complaining that you're on the call, Carlos, and we're going to let it go at that. So,
dude, he can be on the call. I'll talk to him.
Okay, let me do it. Tell you what, I'll wait till he stops calling, because when I accept a call, it has to it takes you guys off the call, and so I'm gonna add him onto the call there at the
Oh,
moment
okay,
there.
yeah, don't worry. I'll get off the call so he can get on.
No, definitely. You could. All right. So you're gonna leave.
Yeah, so that way SCC can get on.
All right, there. I was gonna have you on with him there.
Oh shit, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, I gotta wait till he gets up. Stops ringing again. Jeez, dude. I have to wait. Anyways, I remember back in around the early 90s when the grunge scene came about, fans would wear leather jackets in 90-degree weather there. And of course, they would wear bands like Nirvana. They would wear whichever shirt came to mind, whether it's some sort of an advertisement. But now the thing I spoke out a couple of times in the past, I'm sure you could probably agree with me, Carlos, is these younger kids wearing band T-shirts as a trend, but but you don't know if they actually listen to the groups themselves. Like for instance,
That's true. That's true to an extent because there are kids that listen to our generation's music, but they don't know who the bands are.
exactly. Like now with bands like Metallica made it big once again thanks to these
Everybody knows who Metallica is. Everybody.
Yes.
I know that for a fact.
Yes. And you also got to remember that now with the Master Puppets being on the Stranger Things episode, people are going to start latching onto that and discovering, oh, Metallica, this is a new band. That's like, no, they're not a new group. They've been around since the 1980s. Their first record came out in 1983 there. All right, there. And what the fuck is that? See, still... Let me try it again. Had to wait. I hate this bullshit when it comes to SE. It just calls. I mean, like in the state of Florida, is it like the same thing here in Texas or such and such here? I mean, like in terms of hip hop, you got to talk about the hip hop. Are people still actually YR?
Oh,
No.
I
Hey,
just want to say real quick.
Wow.
yeah.
I want to say this real quick. Art,
Girl, I wanted on SC. Go, no, just do the
Let-
right
let-
thing, bro. Go ahead, SC.
Go ahead.
hello?
What?
Oh,
SC, go ahead. Do the right thing.
hello?
Yo, we hear
Hello,
you.
SC. Yeah, hello. Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Cabral, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I am a caller here. And on Tony's stream, obviously the situation that happened, I heard.
Yeah.
And dude, don't take anything that goes on here serious, all right? There's certain individuals that mean no good. And
Mm-hmm.
I would say, honestly, don't trust anybody. Don't trust anyone, right? And hey, man, you got a good crew here, man. These guys are good, and they'll tell you about me. It is what it is. But I'm glad you're doing good, man. And just don't take anything. Like we like to mess around here, but don't take anything serious. All right, brother.
Yeah. We joke a
Yeah,
lot
okay, no
around
problem.
here. We throw shots one another to one another
But not-
here there.
More serious than that.
I see.
Oh.
All right, brother.
So why you got your internet back, dude?
YR?
Oh, he's muted right now at the moment
I
here.
think that's Stone Cold. I don't think that's YR. I think that's Stone Cold on the line, actually.
I know who it is, man. I know. I see what he did there. Pretty unique when you look at it there. Actually, it would look cool if he had one of Rob Halford's trench coats and a pair of shades.
Now, do you, Arknolia, have you ever gone to Woodstock?
I was old enough. In fact, I was 18, 19 when it came around. But no,
Oh, you didn't.
no.
No.
You were never interested. You were.
Oh, I wanted to go, but heck, it was in New York. I live in Texas.
How about the first one?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And and when you saw all the results of how much traffic was built up just to get to that festival, you would be like, "Fuck it, I am not going to put myself through that. I'm not going to wait 17 hours to see a festival, which I'm not going to be able to see all the acts.
I wish I could attend Woodstock, man, because
Oh, they had
I
stellar
never
acts there.
been to Woodstock before. I heard there are pretty good things of it.
Well, Woodstock '99 would be an exception, no doubt about that, with all the bullshit that happened there.
You need to see the movie about Woodstock '69.
Yeah, absolutely. There, it's just simply called Woodstock, and don't forget the 3 soundtrack albums that came along with it. Definitely for shizzle.
Art,
I think if it wasn't for Woodstock, we want to have these festivals that's going on right now.
Arknolia,
Yeah,
do you think Ken went to Woodstock, or do you think he's lying?
I don't think he was old enough.
Yeah.
Not
he's
for the 68, 69 Woodstock.
So I'm saying we all think he's lying too, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he's old enough. He would have had to have been born in like 1950, 51.
That's what we're saying. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
There's
Now, he might have been at another
1969
Woodstock.
and there's 1999 Woodstock. So there, I believe, according to my calculations, there's 2 Woodstocks that happened.
3. There were actually 3. There was Woodstock '69, Woodstock '94 with 9 Inch Nails, Metallica, Aerosmith, and of course Woodstock '99. Yeah, Woodstock '99, which was a total shit show and a half. Everything was
I would have
sky
loved
high.
to have gone. I would have loved to have gone to the '69 one.
Yeah.
I mean, that just looked like lots of fun.
I remember '94. 9 Inch Nails killed it that year.
Yeah, and absolutely. And when you think about it, we were talking about all the trendies out there, and that's
not Closer, but that was Spiral.
Yeah, that was. And let me guess. Did you ever had this happen to you when the 9 Inch Nails made it big like they did? All the young trendy kids out there tried dressing in black, trying to make like they were fans of 9 Inch Nails when they all knew that one song.
Okay. When I was growing up in the Bronx, because we had that rock and roll community, dude, there were people dressed as Trent Reznor.
No
and
surprise.
I'm like, yeah, really? Y'all want to be like Trent Reznor? And they play Closer every morning.
Yep.
Carlos.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear? Loud and clear.
You remind me of the Hispanic bullfrog, brother.
Oh gosh.
Everybody, can I say something? Everybody, Prince even told me that I'm more identical to Bullfrog.
You know what? As he often calls, makes references to me as Arnold Schwarzenegger because of the facial structure. And the time I looked like the Terminator when me and YR met that one Christmas
You know what's
Eve.
crazy? I had no issue with Bullfrog. I would love to work with Bullfrog one day. He's disabled. I'm disabled.
Yo, Carlos Cabral, I like your game. Carlos Cabral, I like your gaming chair. This is YR, and we have no issues with you. My co-host SCRP, we love you, brother. And if you need anyone,
I've been trying to contact you for a while now. Because I try to reach out to your show.
Here we go.
SC, tell him if he ever needs to talk to anyone.
Yeah, I was trying to reach out to your show not once but twice about Scott, and I'm like, dude, who is this guy? And
we dealt with him for the past 5 years.
I was giving Carlos info about him.
Someone send him the tribunal. It's like 8 hours.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta listen to that.
Carlos Cabinet, look, dude, you're always welcome.
I'll send you.
But like I said, dude, take any of this serious, dude. We just like to mess around. Don't give anybody.
I'm not used to this community. I gotta learn a lot.
Oh, definitely talk to us. We'll man you up, dude.
Anyone you're at.
I have to give a respect to Tony from Revere. He was the one that reached out to me, and he told me everything that goes on with this guy. Like, seriously, this guy, I don't know if you saw the live. This guy actually called Tampa PD on me.
Yeah, he calls the FBI, everything.
Like what the fuck? Which guy would call law enforcement on multiple YouTubers?
He's malicious. He's malicious.
He's a jackass. Like I said, I was saying earlier on, he's one of those guys that never got to be in the inner circle of friends, and he feels the need to take it out on everyone else around him.
You know what's crazy? He was trying to get me against you guys.
No
and
surprise.
what he doesn't know is he's the reason we're all together. We're all together.
Exactly. Ken pointed that out. I mean, like even Joe Cronin agreed. You know, like we cannot tell you how many calls we all came together to discuss our issues with this fucking Fruit Loop.
Mr. Cabinet, look, don't give anybody any personal info, dude.
Yeah.
Right, no,
Where you live.
No doxing.
Don't tell us where you're going tomorrow. Don't tell us where you were. Just keep it mad, like super. Just how do I say this? Don't go into detail. You could go like, I went to McDonald's. Like, which McDonald's? The one over here? Like, no, just say I went to McDonald's and that's it. You know?
Yeah. Like when I talked about my workplace, I never revealed the name. I just say my workplace, and that's about it.
You never, when we talk behind the scenes, Doc, you never revealed where you lived. You never revealed your workplace.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Carlos Brown telling me and Dr. Brown met in real life Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we did Christmas Eve. Yeah, it's on both our channels. Me, YR, we met at the whole secret location near where I live. Him and his dad was there for the evening. We hung out. We streamed live on each of our channels, and we had a blast. We had Ken, we had Bullfrog on, Vikings fan, Keith, and we had everybody on, even Mars Mira.
Like Carlos, we met together, but then like we streamed live, so like the audience can see us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Type thing.
exactly.
We're real people, you know.
Yep.
And
And
Carlos, if you're going through anything, brother, hit me or SC or Brown up and see if you just want to do or anything like that. You know.
Absolutely. If I'm going to do something stupid, I'll hit up you, or I'll hit up Doc, or I'll hit up Tony.
Yeah.
You got to just like I said, we like to bust balls here, dude. Don't take anything personal. Anybody asks you for any info on anybody yours, don't give it. Just keep it to yourself, and that's it.
Or Betty, I do what I do. I say, "You so smart, you find out for yourself."
So, like I said, I have not heard from the FBI yet. But if the FBI does call me, I will let you guys know.
All right.
If they ask about Scott, I will let you guys know. I will put you guys on a call with them, and we can all explain together what this lunatic fuck does.
Yeah.
The sad part is, I think he lives in Canada.
He does. Yeah.
He lives in Canada.
He lives in
He
Canada.
does live in
Correct.
Canada. I checked his info.
Yep. Like I said, he's a little salty little bitch. He says he wants to conquer the world. I must conquer this group of people. I must conquer everything that's in sight. He couldn't even conquer his last girlfriend's pussy. Bitch was DMing me to finish his job.
How many other communities in other countries of YouTube this guy has been in?
Yep.
He's malicious.
And talked about us.
Yeah. He's an asshole. Bottom line.
I take the secrecy thing one step further than you guys. I do it like YR. This is not my real name. You should know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith, are you doing okay?
Where's Keith?
Hello, Keith.
Keith is right here.
I'm doing great.
Okay, there you go. Hi, Keith. And me and Keith, we spoke last night. He said that he's going to hit up YR tomorrow. And we talked in the chat this morning, and I apologize on my behalf. Keith accepted it. It was on Tony from Revere's chat. And we had a good time this morning with Tony.
All right. Yeah, we did.
My internet's gonna be out for like a fucking till Saturday. I think.
Yo, what happened? Dude, what happened?
I think the surge, internet, like electric surge hit the wall outlet or something.
Oh.
Top of this storm. Yeah, we had a rainfall not too long ago.
Or anything like that?
Dude, and that was off tomorrow, dude. We could have done the stream early, man.
No.
Shit.
Yeah.
So,
Bro,
when is the internet gonna cut off?
Carlos, fucking leave the fucking community, dude. See what you're fucking starting, bro? You fucking scumbag.
Who?
I'm not.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just testing you, dude. Come on, it's just a joke.
Oh, okay.
That's how we do it. That's how we man you up here.
So that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Yep. Well, that's part of it.
Carlos, I do like your gaming chair, brother. That is cool.
Yeah.
I need to give it.
Oh, thank you, brother. I bought this for $100. This one was given me. This gaming table was given me by a friend of mine. His name is Gabriel. He has a YouTube channel, so you gotta check it out.
Is that chair comfortable?
It is.
Like it's supportive in the back. All right, good. Because they're about 100, 150, depends. Because some have like a leg for your legs to.
When I first came to YouTube, I didn't have any of this.
Yeah.
So now I had a microphone, I got a chair, I got a table, I got a setup. So the only thing I gotta do going forward, because I just got a PC, I gotta turn on subscriber only mode.
Yeah.
Now more than ever. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because this fruit, you never know when this Fruit Loop's gonna chat and start trolling.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, dude, we know this. We know this. We've been down that road. You know, been there, done that with this guy.
You guys saw what happened to me.
Yeah.
We're sorry that this guy does that to you, bro.
So, you know, it's like I said, I haven't talked to Bullfrog yet, but
have you talked
to me? To be honest, I think you're more entertaining than Bullfrog. What do you guys say?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not gonna lie. If Bullfrog thought I threatened him in the past, I just want to tell him man to man that I apologize.
Thank you.
Fuck him. You're a lot better than him. Fuck him.
So, you know, like I said, I never had an issue with Bullfrog. I would love to work with him in the future. I don't know about Doc. I already know what Doc feels about him. But I would love to work with Bullfrog. And, you know, talked about and like
me
I
and
said,
Bullfrog are okay now.
I got another channel ready to go with a wrestling channel. But I'm gonna have to put a subscriber only mode. And like I said, I would love to invite. I'm gonna use Skype because I know how to use Skype now. I will love to add Foulmouth Ken as a special guest, or Tony from Revere. You know, so like I said, we're gonna have some fun. So I'm gonna review SummerSlam later tonight on that channel. It won't be on my main channel because that main channel is for gaming, drama news, and all that, and music.
All right, good.
Because I'm going to do the music album reviews on my main channel as well.
Like I said, dude, whatever you hear, man, don't take it personal. Do not give out personal info. Do not give.
I got it.
I
just got to learn how to have thick skin because I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have thick skin.
Definitely grow some, definitely, for sure, man.
People, you know, you're a cool dude, you know. We know the situation, and like I said, man, don't trust anybody. If you feel like something's sketchy, don't say it. You know, don't give out any info. And right here, I could tell you.
You're right. I just talk to the people that I feel like I need to talk to.
The people here, dude. Okay, minus me, because I'll let you criticize me for who I am. I'm not going to tell you who I want you to think I am. But the people that are here, they're pretty good, man. So you got nothing to worry about with them.
Yes. Yes, you're a guy that's brutally honest. You don't take shit from anybody. So,
well, I do think
I just need to learn how to do this community more.
What was that?
I just got to learn how to learn the community more. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, Debbie, come to the right people for that.
You got Earl. You got Ark.
Ken.
You know, these are the.
Did you reach out to Ken behind the scenes?
I
Carlos,
have not
or-
reached out to Tom
I
up
did
there,
DM
but Tom
him,
up
but he
there
didn't respond.
wrote on the comment section, saying, Carlos, you had a whole life to live for. Don't listen to this gospel. I have not reached out to Mouth Ken. I would love to.
Yeah.
Someday, dude. But like I said, you got Earl and you got Ark here, bro. They're like two of the grand wizards here of the community.
Oh
you know?
yeah. So like I said, Dr. Earl Brown, I looked up to a lot.
Thank you.
A lot.
Appreciate that.
And I watched his channel. I watched his channel when we were not talking. So, and he's still somebody that I look up to. And, because we have the same taste in music.
That's good to hear,
But-
man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
So like I said, man, what else was, man, I've been having so much fun on this live. What's the next topic we should talk about, and which album we should talk about next?
Well, as we mentioned,
There's so many albums we should talk about.
actually, tomorrow night we're talking about the satanic connection in rock and roll. Because you remember the satanic panic back in the 1980s.
Right.
I remember that.
Yes.
Does anybody else in this chat
Yes.
in this type of chat remembers?
Yes, I remember it very well, man.
Got McCanyon's deep into the demonry and Satanism. Man.
No surprise.
No, that's true.
RP. I mean, that's.
Yo, where's Bullfrog? I would love to see him in the chat, but hey, this is Doc's channel.
Quick question.
That's up to him.
Carlos, CC. I'm gonna just call you CC. CC, can you do a huge favor?
Yeah.
Can you just say that individual's last name?
The individual's last name?
Yeah, the guy that kept harassing you. How do you pronounce his last name?
McKenyon?
Oh no, dude.
Or the other
Come on,
guy?
guys.
I'm just laughing because
That nigga?
no, I'm only laughing
Dude.
because the way you pronounce it like McCanyon, the Grand Canyon. The
Yeah, I
Grand
noticed that as well.
the Grand
No,
Wizard.
Oh boy. But anyway, I think anyway, I'm about to head out, guys. I'm gonna listen the rest of Doc's lives in the chat, but I'm definitely gonna be around for Doc's live tomorrow and update on the music of the 1980s and the 1970s.
All right,
Because that's music in itself. All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
you too.
Thank you.
Again,
See
have
ya.
a good,
Bye.
have a good one, Carlos. Carlos Cabral, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Thank you, CC.
What? Dr. Brian, you don't want SC on?
No, it's okay. No, it's good that SC's on, to welcome in on the show here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Man,
SC's fine.
yeah, he's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I want SC on too.
Yeah.
What?
And then
Campus.
Carlos did welcome SC to come on the show there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Pleasure as always, sir. Everyone.
Right there. So tomorrow night we'll be discussing the satanic connection in heavy metal. Something that we are, and
Everything, because there is stuff that's
lot.
not heavy metal that
I
has
know
the connection.
so many supposed connections up there.
And a lot of them are false, but hey, we'll get
Exactly.
into that.
I know, definitely we got to talk about there. So I guess this will be our episode for tonight.
No, wait,
What?
one thing.
What?
One thing. What do you guys think? Just a little teaser. You know what I mean? We always have to give out teasers. What do you guys think about what's that song when it's played backwards by what's his name?
Let's.
Well, you could have a long list of those.
By Pink Floyd.
Oh, it's Stairway to Heaven?
By
Stairway
Led
to Heaven?
Zeppelin, yeah.
Oh yes,
That's Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Stairway to Heaven.
The wall. The another brick in the wall?
No.
Isn't it
Oh,
Stairway
okay.
like the satanic one? Like the most known?
Supposedly.
One of them, yes.
It's the most known though.
Yeah, Wolfsman. I did that with my copy of the fourth album, and I did hear them as well.
What do you think?
I don't know how it's done. If it was done on purpose or whichever. It's just coincidental. But, you know, I remember a lot of religious activists were really trumping on Zeppelin for that.
Well, it's kind of funny because I think it was Carlin had a routine about that where he's talking about if you play this record backwards, you'll screw up your needle.
Yep. Exactly, and that's a fact as well. There.
When you play it backwards, is it really Stairway to Hell?
Oh god.
No, it's not.
Yo, we're gonna stay on the call. SC and Keith will add Bullfrog after the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely.
I just want to clear the what I said earlier when I asked him to say the last name. It's just I find it funny how he pronounces Scott McKinnon's last name. I wasn't trying to
I
dox
noticed
anyone.
that as well. Yeah.
I'm trying to dox anyone before that turns into me being malicious. It's just he pronounces McKinnon like the Grand Canyon. So that's all. I'm not trying to be malicious. I'm not trying to take anybody's fucking book bags. You know.
All right.
All right there. All right.
Thank
So.
you.
All right there.
What's the topic for tonight?
It was.
It's done.
We're
It's
over.
done. We're done.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you came in too late.
Yeah, see, I didn't even get to talk about the 60s, how all those bands wore Beatle suits or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, why did you call me so late?
Same.
Okay. Having internet issues, bro.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
And I
we
don't
had
want
a
to be on
storm.
the because Skype on the phone, like on data, it runs up the data because I don't want to be up on. You know what I'm saying? Like it sucks. But it is what it is.
Okay.
Weather.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so I guess that concludes our tonight's episode there.
Thank you,
to
Mr. Dr. Cocoon.
Dr.
I mean,
Dr. Brown.
The grand wizards of the community, Ark and Earl. Thank you.
Right. All right, there. And of course, special thanks to both Cassius Raw and Carlos Cabral for being on the program tonight there. And for those guys, Ark, YR, SC, Keith, and myself, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening.
Thank you, honey.
All right, bye-bye.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ark.
Stay on the
Bye
call.
now.
Ethan.
All right.
Yes, we're here.